Guys, while you are getting warmed up with some more questions, we did receive some questions throughout the week. I think that this will pertain to almost everyone right here, because I think that's something that everyone is going to want to do in New Zealand. So let's get started. We have had Margaret that sent us a message on YouTube, and she says, "Hello both. I am Margaret from Christchurch, and I am planning a short trip to Auckland with my husband and grandkids. My grandkids really want to go to Hobbiton. Do you have any tips to get a bit cheaper? Because $90 seems really expensive." All right, so $90, yeah, that seems expensive to go just visit Hobbiton, knowing that it's a tour that only takes about a couple of hours. And yeah, it is, but it's a really cool experience. And if you want to know more about what it is like to visit Hobbiton, we actually have a video where we even go dine in Hobbiton afterwards. So it's a really fun video to watch. You can watch it on the channel. We are way too excited doing the video. We talk way too much, but it's a video that good insight about what is the evening tour in Hobbiton, but that's even more expensive than $90.
Yeah. So Margaret's just talking about the standard Hobbiton tour. Yeah.
So Margaret's only talking about the standard Hobbiton tour, which is you just show up and you do a walking tour around Hobbiton. Now, for the typical price, before Laura tells you how to get discounts, the typical price for Hobbiton is usually for an entry to Hobbiton is about $90. For kids under 8 years old, I think it's free, right? Yeah. For kids from 8 to 18, I think, like just kids, it's $40. And for family pass, which would include 2 adults and 2 children, that's usually around $220. But prices sometimes fluctuate, and we have a great article on nzpocketguide.com called "How to Get Cheap Hobbiton Tickets," where you will find the newest prices and everything. But there are a few ways where you can get discount. There are a few ways how you can book. So what are the ways you can book Hobbiton? Okay,
so the first way you can book Hobbiton is actually directly through Hobbiton itself. They have their own web. Sure, you can actually even show up on the day and book your tour. There may be waiting around because it is usually a very busy place. But yeah, usually if you want to book direct, the best way to do that is online through their website, and it's kind of like a booking through email. So they will, once you've made your booking, they will send you a confirmation email, and if you want to make any cancellations, you'll have to send them an email to do that. So that's kind of how it works if you're booking direct for Hobbiton. And in terms of getting a discount, if you're booking directly through Hobbiton, Hobbiton is really not known for doing any sales or discounts. Usually their prices are very rigid. The only thing that is good value for money really with their ticket prices is, like Robin said, there's the adult pass, there's the youth pass, and then there's the children pass. If you buy those separately, they are quite expensive, but they also offer a family pass. And like Robin says, that costs around $220, well, $225. And those prices do tend to change, probably once a year. But yeah, if you are traveling as 2 adults and 2 children over the age of 8 years old, then it is a better value to get a family pass that saves you around 15% off off otherwise if you were to buy 2 adult passes and 2 youth passes separately. So that's the first thing to know. If you are traveling as a family, definitely look at the family pass. That's definitely worth getting. So other ways to buy Hobbiton tickets, especially online, and since we're on YouTube right now, we're guessing that most of you guys are, prefer to do things online. You can buy Hobbiton tickets through online travel agents. So there's loads of different websites that do this sort of thing, but one of them is a website called Klook, for instance. They have loads of different Hobbiton tickets. You can either buy them just separately, they're Hobbiton tickets by themselves. But the thing that we like the most about these sorts of websites is that you can often buy combos. So you can buy like a Hobbiton ticket along with another activity that's nearby, or like a tour where you can take a tour from Auckland. You don't even have to drive yourself. You can take a small group bus tour from Auckland, head down to Hobbiton, do the tour. Then they'll take you over to the Waitomo Caves, for instance. That's one of the combos they have on Klook, for instance. And you can do that, and they take you back to Auckland. So that's a way to sort of do a little bit more in the day, do a few combos, and get a bit of like a better value for money. Because you do need to bear in mind that they're providing the transport, they are giving you the entry to both attractions, and they do also these sort of tours usually provide like snacks and water and stuff like that along the way, and you get a tour guide probably going to tell you a whole bunch of interesting stuff and do a few stops along the way. So that's kind of the benefits of booking a Hobbiton tour through an online travel agent like Klook, and doing sort of like a combo where you can sort of get more out, like basically make your money stretch a little further. So
also, I feel you're traveling with a family and you go coming all the way from, you're going to be, so you go from Christchurch, especially for you, Margaret, you're going from Christchurch to Auckland and you're going to stay a few days in Auckland. But even if anyone else is based in Auckland and want to get out of Auckland, going all the way to Matamata, which is where Hobbiton is, it's kind of a long drive. So you may want to make the most of it. And I think like going to Waitomo, doing a cave tour and then going to Hobbiton, it's really fun. And getting someone that's driving you like a bus driver, it gives you much more quality time with the rest of the family. So if it's you and 4 kids and 2 kids, right? So you're a group of 4 people, having someone driving and then, with the kids pestering in the back and everything, you have all your attention on the kid while the bus driver is doing all the driving. You stop at a few places along the way. You get to see the glowworm caves, which the kids absolutely love. I mean, every time we get to the glowworm caves, they love it so much. So you get to do a few more things out of your day out. And that would be the best way to actually get a discount because it's included in the combo. Otherwise, almost every single time you're going to pay full price for Hobbiton.
Yeah, and also bear in mind that online travel agents, if you are to book Hobbiton through an online travel agent, is that, first of all, usually if you do the first purchase on these websites, they do a little bit of a discount on your first purchase. Some of them have like loyalty programs. So you can, like, if you book a tour, you earn credits and that's money off your next tour that you book. So if you are planning on doing a few things in New Zealand, which to be fair, most people are, especially if you're traveling from overseas, you want to do more than just Hobbiton. And that's a way to sort of save on tours, after Hobbiton or before Hobbiton, that sort of thing.
Because you will pay either the same price or cheaper. Plus, you'll get the extra loyalty stuff, which wouldn't be available. For example, Hobbiton wouldn't give you a loyalty deal for another tour, let's say, whale watching in Kaikoura later on or something like that. So it's just sometimes it is easy. I mean, we've been using those kind of systems sometimes. And we do a lot of activities, so we get some good rewards out of it. But, if you do get like a $20 off on your next bookings or something, it's quite a good. I mean, I always take
that's a discount that you would otherwise definitely not get if you are booking directly.
And $20 is two coffees and a nice little slice. It's always good.
That's your coffee break on the way to Hobbiton.
Exactly.
There.
So it doesn't seem much, but it's pretty good.
And I think also another reason I would also book this sort of experience through an online travel agent is it's usually a little easier to book through these websites that are basically built for doing that. When you book, you get instant confirmation, or especially that's the case for Klook. They give you instant confirmation, so you've got your space on that tour. You don't have to wait for confirmation emails and all that sort of thing. And it also makes it easier to cancel as well. It's usually just a quick process, like you just click on either the website or the app and you can just cancel it pretty easily. It's just basically more user friendly in general, rather than if you're booking. And I think this goes for like all tours in New Zealand. Remember, each tour has they have their own website, their own booking process. So you've got to sort of you sort of have
you got to adapt to that system that was built by that one guy rather than one system that works for all.
Exactly. So if you're looking for just an easier, quicker experience, then usually the online travel agents provide that as well. So that's another benefit that's worth mentioning.
And since I'm the planner of the both of us, I cannot stress enough how good it is to have just one system that works well and something which goes quicker. Like, I like knowing instantly, like, okay, I got my spot, rather than having to exchange emails or sending something and waiting for the confirmation. And sometimes it goes in your spam folder, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it takes a few days to come. Sometimes a couple of steps. Oh my God, I just like something simple.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I was just going to say also in the instance of Hobbiton, the Hobbiton, the entry price for adults and children is exactly the same on all the online travel agent websites as booking direct.
Yeah.
So you on some tours you'll find that maybe sometimes the travel agent websites, they're usually a little bit more expensive because that's they're earning commission and stuff. But for Hobbiton, that is the exact same price. So you don't need to waste time sort of comparing prices everywhere.
Usually for like the major activities, always the same price.
Yeah.
And for some of the small ones, they differ.
Yeah.
That's what I personally have found. All right, so if you did find that useful, make sure to like. You can also subscribe. We do travel tips like that all the time on this channel. There's also something called New Zealand's Biggest Gap Year, which is a series of videos where we do pretty much almost every single activities available in New Zealand. We try them for you. It's pretty fun. And on top of that, if you do want to do a little bit more research on that specific subject, right in the description of this video, I put a couple of links. I think you talked about Klook, so I'll put a link to Klook. I'll put a link to articles about how to find a cheap ticket into Hobbiton, and I'll put a link to NZ Pocket Guide, which is the largest travel guide to New Zealand. It's nzpocketguide.com. It's entirely free for you to use. All right, let's move back down to the live chat. What is happening?